Hey guys. Did you know that primates are our closest living relatives? Yeah, everyone does. But what actually are these goofy creatures? And how do we break them down? I aim to answer those questions in this lobotomy of a video, as well as provide some cool examples of these little guys. Let's dive in. Scientists generally break these guys down into two groups: the strepsirrhines, or wet-nosed, and the haplorhines, or dry-nosed. Okay, but what does this mean? Nothing, because I'm not finished yet. The strepsirrhines are further divided into lemurs, lorises, and bush babies, and the haplorhines into tarsiers, New World monkeys, Old World monkeys, and the lesser and greater apes. So now that you know how they're divided, let's check out some of these guys and see what tomfoolery they get up to. These primates have stink battles. Lemurs, native to Madagascar, are estimated to consist of around 108 to 113 different species, and are thought to be the oldest living group of primates dating back to roughly 65 to 55 million years ago. Now, because we don't have all day, lemur diet and reproductive strategies vary from species to species, but the most iconic and well-known species, the ring-tailed lemur, is omnivorous, eating fruits, leaves, and will occasionally order DoorDash with some birds and lizards. However, their breeding strategy and display of dominance is disgusting. Unlike other primates who absolutely beat the ever-loving hell out of one another, ring-tailed lemurs use their anime convention level stink to determine access to mates. The two males will rub their tails with their scent glands and then fan that stench over to the other competitor. The one with the more potent stink will make the other back down and thus be declared the winner. This primate can cause you to go into shock, but how? The lorises are a family of primates native to Southeast Asia and contain 11 different species. The lorises go back to roughly 18 million years ago, and their range was considerably larger, with species being found all the way in Pakistan. Lorises are ambush predators, but are also omnivorous, eating small birds, insects, reptiles, fruits, and eggs. So basically, they're hitting their protein macros. However, in order to stop them from becoming bushmeat, they have a unique way of defending themselves. Lorises are venomous. No, you heard that correctly. Lorises have a venom gland underneath their arms that they lick in order to produce a nasty bite. This venom is pretty potent, with records of people going into anaphylactic shock when bitten by this thing. This is essentially the same process that someone with a peanut butter allergy experiences when they accidentally eat the wrong sandwich. This little guy sounds like a crying baby. The bush baby is native to sub-Saharan Africa and is one of the tiniest primates, being around 12 to 16 inches in length and weighing a maximum of just 3.5 pounds. Now, because these guys are so tiny, they need to be able to have some sort of alarm call to warn each other of danger. These calls sound the way they do because they have small vocal cords, which makes them sound like the average baby on an airplane. To the uneducated American, they think that monkeys are just one large group of animals, but nope. Sorry, bucko. You have the monkeys and the cooler monkeys. But, I hear you yell, how did they get to South America? Didn't they evolve in Africa?
That's got to be the best parrot I've ever seen. So it would seem.
Yeah, so it's speculated that they literally rafted over to South America using the ocean currents. How the frick did they not die? Having separated from other monkeys around 36 to 32 million years ago, they currently reside in the aforementioned South America, and they encompass a whopping 174 different species, making them the most diverse group of primates. So because talking about each species would add -10 to my lifespan, here are some of the notable ones. Now for the cooler monkeys. These are the ones that didn't get abducted by the ocean, and because of this, they inhabit many more places in the Old World, such as Africa, Asia, and even Southern Europe. These guys have less species than the New World ones, with around 130 to 140 species of these bad boys. Now again, because I don't want to be stuck in purgatory for eternity, here are some more notable species that you can check out for yourself. Ah yes, our closest living relatives. Dating back to around 20 to 25 million years ago, these guys can be found worldwide, because remember, we are apes too, and they come in many different forms. The gibbon is considered a lesser ape, because God hates them. They have the longest arms out of the apes, and they use them to do this iconic swinging motion. Also, they sound really funny. Orangutans are somewhat similar, being mostly arboreal. They also look like a wise prophet when they sit down. Gorillas. I'm sure I don't need to remind you that these guys are big, strong, and the most unserious animal you will ever see. They kidnap their own children sometimes. The final ones are the chimps. The chimp and the bonobo are our closest living relatives right now, and despite the fact that they look the same, they could not be more different. Chimps are actual menaces to society, having many attacks and even deaths attributed to them. They also just really hate gorillas for some reason. Bonobos are the complete opposite. They are more peaceful and rarely fight each other, and that's for one simple reason. Obviously, I don't need to point out that we're a part of this group as well. We diverged from other apes around 300,000 years ago and have remained the most dominant animal on the planet. Time out. Story time. I had a friend in high school who wasn't exactly the brightest, and he thought that the word Homo sapien, which is our species name by the way, was and he started calling people that because he's the biggest grifter I've ever seen. Needless to say, we got a lot of entertainment out of watching him look like a fool. So there's all your primates and how we classify them. Of course, I could go further in depth, but I've already been locked in the basement for far too long. So in conclusion,